A very, very warm good evening. This is Arnav Chaudhary. You are live on my YouTube channel, Arun. And it is January the 15th, 2025. I think we witnessed an interesting and exciting game in the Indian Super League in which Mohammedan Sporting came from 2 goals down to draw Chennaiyin FC 2-2. Yes, 2 injury time goals in the 100th minute. An exciting game, and where Owen Coyle reached just now on television and had to realize, you know what, talking about penalties and mistakes of referees. Oh, and they put it in front of him, and yes, he had to walk back his talk, but still went on. We'll talk about it because I think it's becoming a problem. I said it. I did a video earlier today as well on the topic in regard to that East Bengal blame others for their own failures, and it seems like Owen Coyle has gone into that club. I think certain clubs, certain teams, certain managers are misusing this, and I think the AIFF and FSTL on their respect step in and really be tough with these people and hand out fines and potentially suspension because it's harming Indian football. What's going on, Sergi, Naresh? I am fine. Hope you're doing good as well. Yeah, it is still cold and wintry here in Germany. Good evening, Gear on Rare. Welcome. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Yes, support the channel. And as we are slowly growing, we at the moment stand at 2,159. And thank you very much for that. Like the videos, share the videos, and subscribe as well. So thank you very, very much. Let's talk about some Cape football today, about how it affects our youth football system. Again, Rare, I think Cape football is not a problem on the youth football system. I think it's more on a problem on the established players, because they who want to play Calcutta Football League, but in their thing don't earn enough. In Cape football, they are throwing money at the players, and therefore they play well, yeah, that's something which I'll say. But let's first talk about the game, and then we can talk about all other things related to Indian football. Let's keep and hi Akash, during PC Owen put question refereeing and also watch the footage. Looked penalty to me. Clipped Robin, very well done by Robin Singh today, that he stood his ground against Owen Coyle, and Owen Coyle is talking big, hey, I coached here, I coached there. It doesn't matter where you coached. You're coaching in India. Yes, the referees are sometimes a problem, but the problems that you're talking, yes, there was that offside goal, but I want to talk about the penalty that was not given to. The problem is always looking at their own disadvantages. When they get an advantage, they do not want to talk about it. And that is something which I feel is our biggest problems, that these people are very, very opportunistic. They want to cover up. Again, Owen Coyle today should have said, you know what, we were leading 2-0 to go. We should have shut shop. Should have stood strong. Concede 2 goals. It's our fault. So to me, that is something which would be classy from a manager. Owen Coyle is an emotional guy. I love his energy. At his age, the energy is just brilliant. He felt today in that interview, he totally lost the plot and just hit out at whoever was and this and that and everything, so to me, sorry, Owen, this is on you and on your team. This is not on the referee today. Yes, we can talk about Kazimov and Kodi, but this is a conversation I have in a lot of matches, that sometimes players get away with it, or maybe get an early card and then later on are not sent off. Or then when they're sent off, then we have another discussion, as we had with Shobik Chakraborty the other day. So that's the problem. CFC is very poor this year. I think Owen Coyle might lose his job soon. Shan, let's see. I don't think he will lose his job, but yes, CFC are not the team that he can be. CFC looks a bit clueless today. I didn't think so. I thought they looked good to me. I thought that Chennaiyin looked very organized and structured. They had a plan. They used the dead ball situations very, very well today. but they, I thought Mohammedan actually also didn't play a bad game, but they didn't utilize their chances. So this is, in the end, I think a 2-2 is a fair result. Both the teams, but again, who wants to talk about it? We will go on and talk about, so yeah, that's something I think people should be looking at. Akash, answering to Gear on Rare in my hometown, one of my neighbor's son is a footballer outside of Kolkata region. You don't have opportunities of structure for, and only 23 years of age. Owen brought Kian Gurkirat to warm the bench. Vince is not getting regular game time too. Shivam, you could see it from that, on saying that he's not giving them a chance, or the players are not doing what they need to. See it from the other side. I think we need to question the players. We need to question the quality of the players. So that's the thing. Aren't fans even allowed to question wrong referee decisions? If once or twice, it's understandable. But if referee mistakes happen, everyone talk about it by almost everyone. Who says you're not supposed to talk about it? And when there is a mistake, talk about it. But when there aren't mistakes, I mean, this is a classic case of Owen Coyle being exposed on television that he says it is not a referee, and that he looks at the footage. And you could see that he doesn't want to say, you know what, shit, actually, it is a penalty. He doesn't want to walk back his talk. That is the problem. I can challenge most of these conversations on referee criticism, then 90% of the mistakes by the referee are not mistakes. That is the real conversation we need to have, right? So, welcome to that club. Yeah, that was a boss move by Robin Singh standing on his point. I remember Paul Macefield was sugarcoating him and not that much. Listen, very clearly, Robin stood by it. I know that a lot of people say, oh, you're sympathetic to the one or the other club, this and that, everything. And Paul Macefield is sympathetic to English coaches. Very, very simple. They hold together. And this today, Robin Singh, who I've known since he was a kid, I have to say, huge respect to Robin. This was really, as you call it, say that is what an interviewer should be doing. If you're doing it, Robin has not learned it. Robin is there only as an expert. He has to do it because the channel is not spending on an anchor. It is a very, 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 very good one. And this is Owen Coyle. Sorry, I have a lot done over the years in Indian Super League, but this was very, very poor in my opinion from Owen Coyle today. Cape Football Effect. Most of outside of Kolkata region, the most AIFF knows, but still do nothing to bring structured football in districts. Yeah, Akash, we've spoken about it. That's the problem. It's not the IFA is not Indian football. The IFA is Kolkata and its suburbs. Is it true Mohammedan players didn't get salary? Yeah, Roshan, it has been a problem. Now Mohammedan Sporting are also now trying to sugarcoat it as we didn't pay the August salaries, and that's a problem. And if you ask the players, they'll tell you, you know what, I've got 3 is, and therefore there is a problem. Certain transfers have not gone through. I can now, I've had communication with Shan Hundal, for example. Shan Hundal is not joining Mohammedan Sporting. So therefore these things are happening at the moment. Hi, Blue. Owen blaming referee in 2 matches in a row. Blue, the other day, yes, that was an offside goal. Yeah, no doubt about it. But today, to go on that rant after, you should be controlling yourself. And especially at that age, and look at the way he went at Ogier. Sorry, there was no class today. And that is something, something which I expect from Owen Coyle with his age there today. 7th August pending on to club official. Akash, I've heard that more than 1 month. The gameplay of Mohammedan Sporting first half was better than second half. Yeah, Subhash, very interesting, but in the second half they got the goals, right? So that's something which is there. But Manveer Singh Saini, I have to say, came in and made a difference. In CFC, a player to look for Ivan Yadwat. This boy always have a fighting attitude. Shan, very much agree. Yadwat to me has been really, really impressive at Chennaiyin FC. If you look at him, last year he came from an I League 2 club from Bangalore United. needed a little bit of time to settle down, and has now grown into into a solid player at the moment. Out of credit. Kian has not been given chance. Chetan, he's been given chances. I don't think it's not a question of being given a chance. Again, are you there and I there to watch training of these teams of the so what did you see from Kian today to say that Kian should be starting the next game? What did we see from Vinci this season? What did I see from Gurkirat to start the season? Namte. Namte was also signed. Namte is playing. Namte has really been impressive. So this is the difference. I think Sporting better if he would play with a little bit of attacking gameplay like today's match. Akash, yeah, but it's not his style, right? So that's the thing we should not forget. Kerala signed a new player, but you got any info on him? Said he is defensive midfielder. He is defensive midfielder being signed from Hungary. Let's see if he can make a difference. Another day, another coach blaming referees. Zorawa, this is, as I said, it's becoming ridiculous, and I think it is something that the AIFF and FSDI need to take a step on, and if need be, hand out suspensions, hand out fines, hand out suspensions, because these people are bringing, and so therefore, yeah, that's it. Sometimes signing a lot of players can also be not good. If you ask Owen what's his best 11, you might himself not know it. Every match there is a change in mid or attacking three or even defenders. Could be, but again, the players problem of consistency. If you had a squad, let's say, of 20 players, and uh, um, I don't know. Owen watched the footage from two different angles and clear penalty. It's stupid to make this inside box. Yeah. Kerala Blasters tour. How is his profile? Fan concerned his fitness. Pradeep, he's been playing in Hungary. Hungary league is decent. But let's see if he can bring that stability. I think that's a defensive midfield. Interesting to see if he can bring that. Is Bunker Hill leaving Mohammedan Sporting? Akash, not sure about it. At least I have not heard any confirmed things. With Mohammedan Sporting, sometimes it's very difficult. Today you hear this, tomorrow you hear that. You have is something, yeah, something. Don't you think there should be penalties for coaches for this referee excuse? Enough is enough. Yeah, Zurab, I agree. That's what I'm saying, right? I said that, and it's been a menace with certain coaches misusing it. I think Carlos Quadrat made it something. Even a national team coach, right, goes too much always. Referee. Yeah, and then is Alexis leaving Mohammedan Sporting? That's new to me. I haven't heard anything. As far as I know, he was in the stands today. So let's see. Just saw a post on X about new signing of Blasters. That guy got 8 yellow cards in the last 16 games this season. Every 2 games he got. Yeah, but he was playing in the Hungarian league, right? So therefore, yeah. So that's something. Let's see how he does. Dujan Lagador. Matches like this will help ISL to get more viewership. Akash. Yes and no, because if you look at the first half, look at the first 60, 70 minutes. I don't know. It's if we're talking about that the game got interesting in the last 10 and then especially in injury time, that's not what people to watch. Length of injury time justified. I thought he have more quality than Rem Sanga and a better pace. What's your thought? Rem Sanga has had more inputs today, right? So therefore, for me, that would be something where I'd say that that Rem Sanga has had has been justified to start. I know it's still that might be more pleasing than my team's win. Oh wow, thank you very much. A lot of respect for that. Thank you. Today's refereeing was good. I don't have any complaints. Yeah, Akash, I agree. And the problem is that these coaches like to do that. I mean, both the penalties were genuine today. I mean, you can't say anything about it. Um, so therefore, because it is en vogue, it is stylish to criticize the referee. A lot of people are doing this, right? So that's something which I feel it's not deserving. In my opinion, it's not deserving because again, the referee today did his job and 99 minutes, 100 minutes to give a penalty in that kind of a situation. Yeah, calls on a lot of respect to do that, and he did it. Coaches which should be fined for referee excuse. Coel, Din Perez. Din Perez is his name. Yeah, and most probably we'll add a few others to it as well. We had the other day also Zaragoza talking about it. We've got a few candidates for it. So what is this? Karabasasi signed Dusan Nagato. Who? I actually don't know. Actually, I've not seen any players being released by the Blasters. That's a good question. Because it didn't make sense to me. Changed anyone in this squad? One second. There's no confirmation of who's gone out at the moment. So we'll have to see once the Blasters announce who's going out. Shine says, Anavo, our ISL game don't have pace. What's the main reason behind it? There's no like foreigners who set the pace or Indians are eye-catchy game. Shine, that's a difficult one to answer because we have some games where there is a little bit more pace. There are games which are a little slower. And, you know, and sometimes it's the weather, sometimes it's the surroundings, sometimes it's, the quality of the teams. And I guess that combination makes the game of the quality of it, which it is either good or bad. I think it's hard to give credit to ref. They are like goalkeeper. Yeah, but in talk about like in match today, you know, so to me is something it just referee issues became just an excuse, and that's the problem, Maka. Distracting from their own failures. Own call, not having a good season so far. East Bengal, sorry, that's become a joke. I mean, if I see some of the Twitter reactions, it's just hilarious. People who don't know me make comments. Please go ahead. I mean, abuse me, not a problem. Saying things without even knowing who I am, what I do, what I did. So keep your bullshit to yourself. I always say to these people, enjoy success of your team. So therefore, but you don't want to accept reality. If you're not gonna, if you have to clean up into. And whether East Bengal is going to Union Sports Minister for complaining about referees according extra time, which is the biggest joke in itself. So they don't know how it works. I mean, the funny one is, on one side you're abusing FSDL, on the other side you're saying, you know what, without FSDL we were able to get to win the Super Cup and the Duran Cup, but they don't. And also FSDL waited for East Bengal, waited for Mohammedan Sporting, even waited for Hyderabad FC for all of them to sort out. If they were strict on their rules, East Bengal would have, Hyderabad who have not finished last season. So therefore, all these allegations, again, do your own bloody homework. Set your own house in order. You are spending money on players who you should be bringing for a third. Any inside updates on national team or SAF? Been a long time, really miss international matches. No good, nothing. We're playing in March. Nothing more, nothing less. Good evening, Ishan. I'm doing well. Good to see you. Anything you say bought by going cap. No, that's the problem, right? And that's the problem. Uh, uh, so therefore, yeah, what to say? Again, I will talk. So therefore, for me, what is the truth? I will criticize East Bengal. I will criticize every other team when they're doing bad, and that's something. I even criticized Mumbai City earlier this month when I made that video where I asked the question is Mumbai City FC urgently need a reset. So therefore, that's it. When I was Chris doing something considering Indian football, was he fully committed to FC Gujarat? Nothing on Indian football at the moment. He's not committed to FC Gütersloh, but to FSV Gütersloh, the women's team, and he's involved with them. Yes. Today's referee was much better than others. Were another comments? Yes, but he was blasted by a certain Owen Coyle who said the referee was bad and took decisions against his team and should have done this. In this vicious cycle at the moment, and again, coaches are misusing that, in my opinion, and that's not helping Indian football. I mean, that's surely not helping Indian football if we're going to go on back on and criticize the referees in situations where they should be complimented for the way that they're handling affairs. Yeah. Chennaiyin FC is a team who have exciting domestic players who have potential, but unfortunately, this team struggles to win against newcomer Mohammedan Sporting. Exciting domestic talent is nice to have, and yeah, if the Kian looked off color yet again. Yeah, Mishan. Again, I expect a lot, but he needs to step up. He needs to simply step up. Do you think you have chance to go? We have chance to go for Asian Cup. So let's wait and see. Again, those matches will come from March onwards. It will be tough, but let's hope. Today, in U17 match, which East Bengal lost against Mohammedan Mohun Bagan. Mohun Bagan were not given penalty to the handball of East Bengal players when fans are silent about subjective criticism, right? That's the problem. But again, just to say that towards East Bengal fans would be wrong. I've said that about Mohun Bagan fans when we've had this whole AFC Champions League 2 issue. We've had the issues with the Blasters. We've had the issues with BSC. We've had issues now with Mohammedan. Again, and people aren't willing to see the bigger things. And that's why I put out a tweet earlier today where I said, what did I write? 1 second before I quote myself wrongly. What did I write? Indian football's biggest problem at the problem are the people, no leadership, lack of knowledge, and the desire to improve. Most just want to take care of their own little world and forget the bigger picture. If Indian football would grow, all would gain. Very simple, right? And I stick to that. I think that's the reality of things. And again, all these entities are just looking at themselves. Is needed in the best interest of the game, and therefore we are where we are, and therefore we are struggling. Next match from Villa, Dipoya not available for Chennaiyin FC would be a better boost for Mohammedan Super at least instead of one defense. Yeah, but again, they can still like and subscribe, guys. Yes, thanks, Blue. As always, those of you who might be new to the channel, welcome here to arunfoot. If you're liking what you're seeing, do leave a small click, a like behind. Thank you very, very much. And if you haven't, do subscribe to the channel. We are now at 2,160. So thank you very, very much. We're slowly but clearly growing. Thanks a lot for that. And also do watch the daily shorter videos that I make on top. Did something on East Bengal, blame others for own failures. Yesterday, AIFF referees under fire. Before that, why are Indian football so inconsistent? And tomorrow, I want to do something. It's got the title, "The Brutal Indian Football Realities." I think that's something which smaller rant videos that I'll go out, spread it out. Own Coil is the third copied Carlos when he loses and draws matches, says Gazab. Owen Coyle wants foreign referees according to latest news. Yeah, he said that. He said that he wants foreign referees, but again, I think some others, yeah, uh, um, you know, maybe Chennai need a new coach. I think that's something. Coaches have found a new scapegoat. Referees, Owen Coyle's team never have a plan B. They just go full hammer in every game. Yeah, Vishal, very right, right. This was an own goal from Owen Coyle. This was very weak. You know. What is your take on today's game? Abhishek, Chennai was smarter, scored 2 goals, looked like they Mohammedan missed a few chances in the first session, and missed a penalty as well. Kazimov saved by Mohammad Nawaz, and yeah, came back late in the game. And I think if I look at the 90 minutes plus, I would say that they are. It was a fair draw. Chennai FC have only themselves to blame. Fumbled their lead due to their own mistakes. Yeah, Ishan, very right. Mohammedan Sporting drew their match, but was very slow play. They gave hospital passes, bad positioning. Indians of Mohammedan Sporting give hard work, but running 90 minutes, 2 strikers. Yeah, Gazap. Looking at Chernishev, I don't think he'll play 2 strikers. If he has Franca in it, he'll play maybe another one or play Franca up front, which I don't think is working for them. So, yeah, let's see. Jason Cummings, not winning games just because of refs. Come on, man. Get a life. Brackets luck. Referees don't keep clean sheets, neither do they score. Wow, that's a tough one. You have an idea about Sport5, a Germany-based sports marketing company, export rights for SAF till 2029 again. Rights of what? The official side of SAF is so confusing. I know Sport5 quite well. I've actually dealt with them in the past. They're Hamburg-based, but they're and yeah, but again, I haven't reached out to them. That's a good idea. Actually, I'll reach out to them and find out if they are handling, so let's see. Kian should go to Hyderabad, Irfan and Farooq, but now Farooq struggles for game time. Shan, the point is, if he goes over there, don't know if he's going to play. Is he better than Rem Sanga? Bikash has done well last few matches. I don't know if Kian is going to play. What went wrong with BVB? I just saw a scoreline 4-2 lost to some small team. What's your take on that? Because I was watching the game yesterday. Borussia Dortmund lost in the Bundesliga 4-2 away to Holstein Kiel. Holstein were leading. And Fiete Up scores the fourth in late in injury time. I think Louis Sahin is the problem. I think Louis Sahin and the philosophy of the club to try and justify and say, you know what, we were unlucky to lose the Bundesliga title, or we were unlucky to lose the Champions League final. There's a lack of them a lot. So your live streams feel like the post-match shows of ISL that we used to have on Star Sports, except we can interact and send a question to you for you to answer. Thank you, Ishan. Try to keep it as interactive as possible, regular basis. As I say, it's always fun, good to interact, good to talk, and as I say, let's keep on growing the community. Let more people join us in our conversations. That's something that I think we need to work on. Player of match. At the end, when Mohammedan get a point, likely it is a Mohammedan Sporting player who will get it. Is he the right one or not? I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes it's very, very, mixed in much word. Manvi Soni being a menace in the box, this is just one game, but we need this kind of movement inside the box from our strikers. Ishan did well, but he came on in earlier matches and he didn't have any impact. So therefore, was it a one match show or can he do it on a regular basis? That will be now the question. Now, best goalkeeper, best cam, best centre back, and who has been the best referee till now? His mistakes will not last. Honestly, if you want me to so blindly now, very difficult, you know, and and mm, very difficult to say. I mean, out of the blue, you know, you had to. If you ask me now, um, I wouldn't be able to tell you strict names. I mean, if I best cam most probably is a topic of Greg Stewart, best striker Aladin Ajare, and then the others will have to think about it. Shouldn't have left Mohan Bagan, in my opinion. He got more game time, Mohan Bagan, plus he fitted well to the Mohan Bagan philosophy. So rather, he got more game time at Mohan Bagan, but the progression wasn't there. He's been stagnating for the last 2 years. I think he should have gone earlier. But the question is with Chennaiyin, was this the right, you know? Punjab FC maybe lacking performance, they're giving chance to their homegrown. Oh, nice, but is that boy ready to play ISL week in, week out? I don't know. Off topic, but how do you rate Lewandowski and Harry Kane as strikers? I personally love them both. Yeah, two great strikers. Um, Lewandowski was part of an era, and let's see if Harry Kane can this year. Like and subscribe, says Rohit. Rohit, thank you. Good evening, Rohit, to you, and thank you for that. Yes, always like and subscribe. Let's keep on growing. We've grown quite a bit over the last few days, you know, and therefore thank you for the support as always, and let's keep on growing involved in our daily conversations. Best striker in ISL history, in my opinion, Steven Mendoza. It's always difficult. Steven Mendoza was great, but you know, if you cannot forget Corominas, you cannot forget Bato Beche. Yeah. What percentage of I think they were seeing about 30 to 40% depending on videos. Yeah. Sometimes goes a little lower, but it doesn't cross that 35-40% mark. Thoughts on Mohammedan Sporting versus Chennaiyin FC game? Simon spoke about it earlier to me. Chennaiyin were very clinical with their opportunities. Two good goals, especially that first header was really, really good. Good save from Mohamed Nawaz in the first half not to allow that penalty. Looked like they were cruising, and then in the last few minutes, I don't know why they pulled themselves back into somewhat of a defensive shell, gave Mohammedan Sporting the space. Mohammedan Sporting scored a goal, and then yeah, suddenly the game opens up and penalty, clear-cut penalty. You know, even own goal couldn't say anything about that. And yeah, in the end, Chennai will be very, very unhappy. Mohammedan Sporting will feel it's like a win, but I think it's a deserved draw between those two sides. So thoughts about new foreign of Karabas FC? Yeah, looks interesting. Tujan division in Hungary. It'll be interesting to see who they're going to offload. Is it one of their defensive players? Is it Koef? Is it Milos Drincic? Or is it someone of their attacking boys? Something. Interesting thing is Mohammedan Sporting has same amount of clean sheets as Mumbai and BFC. Yeah, but that is what I then say is the question mark about the standard of the league at the moment, right? That's something. no asset club can afford him at present. Yeah, but Zoravar, that is factually true. But on the other side, again, as I said, there have been great attacking players. One of the ones who performed to a certain level and who I thought was to watch was, for example, Diego Forlan at Mumbai City, right? But you will not rate him as the best striker because of his strike rate. But, that is the class of player that the ISL was able to draw on in the first 2-3 years. Good evening, Rachit. Keep doing the great work. Thanks a lot. Good to see you back, brother. I haven't seen you in a while. So good to see you back here in the chat. Also, Miku says, Ishan, yeah, Miku, not again. And if we continue that conversation, we'll add 5, 7, 8, 9 other names to that list. So therefore, that's always very difficult when we even had Helder Postigo scored and got injured. Yeah, but again, as I said, then I have to mention Trezeguet, then I have to mention Del Piero, I have to mention Nicolas Anelka. We have to go by the performances in the ISL and not their overall career. I think that's the situation. But we've had some great players over the years playing in the Indian Super League and performing, and that is something which we shouldn't forget. So therefore that, which is an issue and a problem. Let's wait and see. The new signing for Kerala Bus FC is another Ahmed Chahu, extremely indisciplined based on his record. Previous clubs, he even got a red card. The last match he played has temper issues as well. Again, physical player, we will see. Lagator, let's see if he can be that difference player from Montenegro. And if I look at his career, has played at FK Mogren, has played at Mladost Podgorica in Serbia, was with Dinamo St. Petersburg for a certain time, played for FK Sochi, Wisla Plock in Poland, a couple of seasons, and now was the last 2.5 years with Debreceni VSC. So let's wait and see. What is which Indian player has impressed you the most this season? Until a few weeks ago, I would have said Isaac Ralte. I like Isaac Ralte, but not sure if Isaac is if that's going to happen, because he hasn't played now the last 2 games. So let's wait and see. Apuya has stabilized. Apuya would be the one. Those would be the ones to mention. And Sandesh Jenkinson's coming back from injury. Who was more impactful in a short space of time among the following? Mendoza, Elano, Koro, Miku, none. Most probably Ferran Koro, I would say, because he was there in a little longer space, but helped Goa to a level that Goa wanted to get to, but never did get to. What see Peter can continue next season, because being a city club, they will have high expectations. Ishan, the problem has been injuries, and Indian boys, I would say that's the biggest problem. So therefore, that's to me something which is a combination. And of course, he scored 8 goals so far, but Karelis, if he had been of discussion, I mean, this is a very weird one with Mumbai City, where I'm on one side feeling, they've actually not done that bad, but even those 3-0 losses, all of these 3 matches they potentially could have won. That's the crazy one, in my opinion. And that makes those matches analyzing internally tough because the fan will go by the results and go by where Mumbai City stands. And yes, Mumbai City needs to be criticized, but these margins this season have been so slim. And even last season, if you think that game in Goa, that's normally lost. You lose 2-0 and then have to turn 2 in a sensational game. So therefore, these are sometimes the difficulties. And I would say that especially the injury to John Tural and to Jeremy Manzoro have hit them very, very hard. And preseason injuries to Brandon and to Vikram, they both needs to be pipped. Yeah, the attacking line. I think we'll never get foreigner like Sami Duty. Yeah, it was great at the time at 80K. How much did Joel Fanif? He looks to me to be the standard among all in the current Mumbai team. Yeah, Simon, certainly. I mean, I think he's also the all. I think the problem with Joel Fanif is that if Joel Fanif had a defensive Indian cover behind him, he could play a little bit more of an attacking role and can do that. And to me, if you look at it, look at his goal against Jamshedpur, even though they lost that game. So therefore, he's that kind of a player that I like to watch play football because he's got a style, he's got a flair to his game. He has a way to playing, and that's going to be the challenge for the others. As per reports, Quaif gonna leave. Okay, Blue, thanks for the info. Zorawa says Apoya is pretty. The reason why one got some stability in midfield, which they missed last season. Along with that is probably the best signing of Mohan Bagan. Yeah, we could go there. Shiv says, I don't know, interest in loaning in Ayman and from Kerala. Oh, not heard this. Do not know that. Ayman Azhar, I guess, the two brothers. Not heard about this. Until when? Akash. Again, I don't even know how long the promotion part is in. As I said, to me, the ISL is growing too quickly without sustainability coming in. So that's a question that the league at some stage will need to answer. So therefore, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It remains at least for next season. I'm an answer. Yeah. Sorry, no problem. I figured it out for myself that those were the two names, Shivam, that you wanted to answer. Again, I've not heard any interest from from an Irish club. This performance this season. It's a very good question. If you ask me from that perspective, I think yes, because I think he's trying to push himself much. I think if Mumbai City was working as a team over, he wouldn't be under the pressure that he has put himself into. I think if Chanke was performing, and if Mumbai City were performing, I think this wouldn't be a factor. So therefore, that to me is very, very important. And yeah, he's not been able to do the thing that he's able to. I expect. I not only I feel that he is someone who is capable of more. You see, you realize, he needs to do better. He can do better. We saw against East Bengal that he was able to play a better game. He just needs to get up that ladder and showcase, and hopefully does. Thoughts on the I-League so far? Simon, crazy league as always. Unpredictable as well. So the I-League is the I-League. Why don't the clubs implement salary strict caps? Isn't it in clubs' interest? Salary cap is necessary. Akash, I don't know. I don't want to win things. And again, Mohan Bagan has been the driving force. East Bengal has joined it. Both the clubs have forced the explosion of salaries in the last 2 years. Even further, I think Mr. Goenka had started a few years back, and the others are playing game because they want to be. So therefore, that's a challenge that is there, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens in the near future, because um, the clubs have not been, have never been sustainable. Exorbitant salaries, you don't make it more likely to happen. So these are the things which I find very, very dangerous. But that's one of those many realities that we have in Indian football, and challenges in Indian football. But we're not handling them in the best possible way. Trying to. One interesting question: why so many English clubs are owned by many Indonesian and Thai owners, while Indian corporations are investing in English football? Because there is an eligibility criteria, and you have to open your books. And I don't think any of these Indian corporations want and showcase, how they run and operate. I think that's the real reason why we've never seen a serious Indian investment into um, European club football or elsewhere. Um, they rather do their own thing with the idea they've been forming around the world. Is Mohun at the moment none? Except, of course, if a player becomes available that they're trying to sign in the summer, they might push it forward. Indian players I'm talking about, but otherwise, if the foreigners remain fit, they're not going to, at the moment, look like the most settled team in the league, and that doesn't make sense in my opinion. Say, do you have any info on anything FSL would demand if they are to continue? No. Why? Um, because I think one thing is clear, that if they want to continue, their main focus will be on the ISL and potentially the national team. I think these are the two things that they can influence. And the question is, if they have things with a partner in managing I League, IWL, and all the other properties, it could happen. But I'm not sure. As of now, I know nothing, to be very honest. Blackburn Rovers is owned by an Indian company. Yes, they're not owned by an Indian company. Yes, they're owned by the Venkis. They're owned by and yeah. So it's an individual thing. It's not a company thing. Indonesia have taken a big call with the appointment of Patrick Kluivert and sacking Shin Tae-yong. Yes, uh, very, very big call, but it shows Eric Thohir, Indonesia overall, they want to achieve something big. They want to achieve something historic, and they're going to set them apart to the others, right? So therefore, from that perspective, yeah, Indonesia have done something, some would say crazy, but from my perspective, they can qualify for the World Cup. How are athletes able to last? Better fitness, that's the first thing. Better nutrition, better medical upkeep, that makes it possible. Monba needs to bolster defense. One injury to Alberto and Tom, and their shield contention will be at jeopardy. You're right, but right, it's not, the market is not at the moment such that you say, there are 10, 15 players around who you could sign. I think that's a difficult one for them to try and find someone at the moment. I don't know. I don't know who they could bring in to change things. Which Indian centre back would want to come? This is happening in football, American football, basketball. Even tennis players are playing in high 30s. Sampras retired around 31. Yeah, again, at times to 20, 30 years ago, times have changed. Higher, even though sports has become also much more physical, therefore you see a lot more injuries than you used to see in the past. So these things are somewhat interlinked. Football boards like Indonesia are so serious about their football, they don't hesitate before sacking coaches. They're absolutely focused on the target. Yes. you know, uh, a lot of people would have said the sacking of Shinje Young was wrong, but with Kluivert coming in, the focus totally shifts to a different level. So, but I think Indonesia want to take that pressure and try and move on. Mohammed is Nuno Rice, but is he centre back or defensive midfielder? I think he's a centre back if I'm right, but can, if needed, be slot as a defensive midfielder. I don't think Mohammed does need to find an Indian centre back. Dependo is drawn back up. Yeah, but if you have the is out with a long-term injury, I don't see Dipendu or Saurabh or all the others there. You want to fall back, I don't know, to a Deepak Tangri to go back as a centre back, and that's something. So that's also a reality. And Shivam and Ash, whom you can trust in not every match. Shivam, there is no one internally, externally, and I think that's the problem. That not only Mohun Bagan, but most of these teams are. Why the transfer market, a lot of hype, a lot of people are creating, but the transfer market has been calm and quiet because why? Because the players aren't there, right? The players aren't the transfer market. That's why the transfer market has been very, very subdued in the last few days and weeks. Right, over 50 minutes. Seems to be some problem in the back end with the connection. Seems to have lost a few people. As I continue to say, please subscribe to Arunfoot here on YouTube, and 17 likes so far. Thanks a lot. 2,162 subscribers. Thank you very much. That we are growing consistently. And as I say, do watch the short. Today, of course, a little critical on East Bengal, which wasn't liked by the East Bengal fans yesterday about Indian referees. So do watch them as well. Mumbai have to look beyond Stewart and Petratos for next season, given Stewart's age and injury concern, while Gimmy's inability to fit into Mumba's style of play. Yeah. Simon, but I think let them get through this season, and then I think let's see what they do. Dependo, unfortunately, is not ISL level at the moment. Is if there is a serious injury to one centre back, then probably Nuno Rice will be registered. Yeah, let's see. That's I think the thing. Akash says I think Mumbai will release Dimi and Jason. Let's see. I think Jason had a 3-year contract, right? So I don't think he is there. And Greg only signed till the end of the season, and Zoravar adds Saurabh Bhanwala is nowhere near I-League, let alone ISL. Yeah, that's the other reality, right? I think a lot of people are hyping up a lot of players standard of that level. I think that's the big challenge, and one will have to wait and see what these players do. And yeah, it will be very, very interesting to see what happens in the coming days and weeks. It's end for Owen Coyle. Oh, that interview was poor. I don't know. And he has a very good relationship with Vita Dani and Abhishek Bachchan as well. That is gonna be the saving grace. But the interview very, very poor. He was very aggressive and interesting. Robin, of course, had the video ready and they showed it, and he couldn't discuss it anymore. And I'm just looking at the table. I mean, Hyderabad at the bottom of the table now with 9 points. Mohammedan have 11, East Bengal 14, and Chennai have 17. That in 10th, they are 6 points off the playoff spots. Doesn't sound much, but I've played an extra game. It looks tough for me. It looks very, very tough for me. They would have to pull off another wonder round. But Owen Coyle to me looked very short-tempered. Not this season blaming everybody else. And this is something where I always say is, that is when I feel a coach loses the plot. And I find it very dangerous because I rate Owen Coyle as one of the biggies in the ISL in its history, but his team he's unable to find the right formation. He's got some very, very bright, talented players. He's not getting them to form. He's depending on the foreigners. I mean, it is Connor Shields. I think that's the best player in the squad. Ryan Edwards not there, but Um, Wilmer Jordan in the goals. Brambilla, very, very good goal, that second one. Chimachukwu has also chipped in, so therefore the foreigners have done their job. It's the Indians, right? I mean, the defensive unit have done, I think, overall, you know, um, yeah, let's wait and see. Sir, any interesting developments in world football that we may not be aware of but should know? If East Bengal takes the referee issue to sportsmen and the sportsmen should try to intervene, will it lead to FIFA ban? If they try to intervene, yes, but I think someone or the other from the AIFF will try and tell them. And I think this sports ministry that I don't think that they will intervene. I don't think it's that big an issue. And if Punjab FC can send out a letter to the AIFF, I think that's the easiest thing. The first thing is that East Bengal needs to send a letter or even an email with all the video proof that supposedly they had, because most of the things that they showed were. Connor Shield to me is the best player in ISL. The guy does everything all clubs were fighting for when his contract ends. Let's see. Yeah, as I said, Connor Shield's the best player, certainly at Chennai. But yeah, very, very well. And let's wait and see. Is there any possibility that FSL might relegate East Bengal? Um, Not that I know of. Action against them. I think East Bengal needs to sort it out in the summer. I've heard again. So then the whole circus starts in the summer again with trying to find another investor. I don't know which investor will come forward and then do all of this, right? Because the way the club has been handled, they've treated them. Speak about the investors also. They don't realize that without the investor, the club is nothing. And that is something which needs to be understood. Mohun Bagan is nothing without Mr. Goenka. Mr. Goenka pulls out tomorrow. Mohun Bagan is in the same soup as East Bengal. So therefore, look at Mohammedan Sporting. One investor, two investors, and they still don't know what to do. And these are all sad realities. East Bengal also has done a press release regarding referees. That is something I think someone on Twitter said it very, very right. Huh? That seems to be like a 12, 13-year-old putting together conspiracy theories. And that's the contentious issue in my opinion, that we do and to make allegations or to put them out is very, very poor, and poor taste in my opinion, first of all, and very, very poor also because I think that East Bengal as an entity need to do better than these individuals, but these individuals treat themselves as being bigger than the entity despite saying something else. Imami will probably leave. The likes of Nitu Saka will never leave East Bengal. Yeah, so Robert looks that that there is this trend. I think also this Anwar has not liked it, and the money that they've supposedly spent, and very interesting to see. Some social media fan pages saying it's Bunker who is not funding, not sure that works. Palash, someone has 30, someone has 31, and yeah. Um, so to me, what I know, and again, the Mormon officials have said it that Chachi hasn't paid everything, and also I think the contracts are still not signed between club and investor. So that's I think also an issue. So what does the German Football Academy in India that you post to? Can you please share some? The German Football Academy, Ishan, is something people who worked with me under me, who run and operate it. In Kerala, operations in Chennai in the past, in Pune. It's a German based, a sort of German football based, other pay to play model. For example, one of the coaches from Soccer City, an academy in Eastern Germany, currently Andreas is currently down in Kolkata working with the kids. So that is German Football Academy. It's something that is trying to create better footballers for the future. Or well, over an hour on this 15th of January on a Wednesday evening, which gave us a very exciting finish in this ISL game between Mohammedan draw and Chennaiyin will be disappointed having led to the 94th minute 2-0. All of them with two late goals. Interesting, of course, own goal in a press conference totally blew his mind and was very, very, which I honestly can't agree to. And Robin Singh called him out in the post-match television interview, and and Onkor had to walk his criticism a little back because that Puya committed the foul, and therefore that foul was the penalty. Foul on Manveer Singh, Saini, and that penalty was genuine, and that is it. And over an hour. If you haven't, do leave a like behind this video and other stuff. 18 likes so far. Thank you very much. And do subscribe to the channel. 2,162 subscribers so far. Yes, we're growing and more people are joining the community. So thanks a lot. And hopefully, Have you heard of Aaron Raphael, the Music Academy 10-year-old currently playing for top Finnish club? No, you haven't heard of the boy. Sorry. I designed the jersey for them, the German consulate in Kolkata. Oh, nice. So was it 2-3 years ago for the German consulate tournament? German football went through a big change 10, 15 years ago, right? They modified their football program. What did they also increase the budget for the whole football? The same budget. Rohit, the changes were done actually 25 years ago. Germany played the Euros 2000 in Belgium and the Netherlands, were eliminated at the group stage. A 40-year-old 40-year-old Lothar Matthäus was part of it, and they then realized, you know what, this isn't working. So they changed a few things, and amongst other things, they created the academies program first for Bundesliga clubs, then for Bundesliga 2 clubs. Now they have the same thing for third division clubs, third Liga, even fourth tier, fifth tier. Some of the clubs have those kind of. They did a lot of stuff with the coaches and the coaching, and they've been upgrading the system sort of every 2, 3, 5 years. And they've made a few upgrades over the last 12 months, and therefore the football system is always upgrading. They're trying to create talent. Of course, the focus has been on the team mainly. Now they're focusing again a little bit more on the combination, which makes German football stand out with it. So that's us. Yes, 2020. Yeah, then Jan 2023 at the Salt Lake Stadium practice ground, if I'm not wrong. The Shan Hunter approached him, but deal didn't happen, and therefore Shan will, for the moment at least, continue to play in the Canadian Premier League. Kerala FC paid transfer fee for new defender. That would be a good signing. Yeah, but seems to have a little bit of an aggression issue, Dusan Lagator. So let's see. Indian referees, that's one thing that they don't like, and might backfire on him. I'm not sure. Might not, as I say, and therefore let's wait and see what he can do for the. Queth is the one that is leaving and is replacing him. So therefore, it will be interesting to see what Lagator can do in the ISL, player for Montenegro. Is it true? It didn't get even to that stage, from my understanding. Yeah, they didn't get even to talking about visas. I think a lot of people around the clubs, whenever they don't, when a player is rotated in the market and the player doesn't sign, they because again we come back to the point that a lot of players don't sign because the clubs don't do their homework, and that especially the Kolkata clubs throw out names here, there. I know some players that they've been throwing names at and who said, I was never talking to them. I wasn't even considering them. That is part of the problem for update news and all that stuff. That is it true? Is it not true? Is it right? Is it wrong? Um, yeah. Do you think due to decision criticism that Indian referees are giving so many red cards, last 5-7 matches continues? No. I mean, let's be honest. Most of the red cards were deserving. I mean, if Dinpuya gets a red card today for 2 bookings, it's justified, right? So I don't think so that is the reason why players are being. Yeah, that's the problem. Some of them are stupid. And again there are cards that could have been even dished out more, and certain candidates um, in every game that they play. But yeah, it doesn't always is Rawat, in my opinion, that the criticism has grown. There have been mistakes, no doubt about it. But if one is honest, overall, I thought the refereeing in this ISL was better than in the last few years. But again, it's not good enough for certain coaches. But again, coaches and officials. But to me, they're trying to cover, So that's something. Yeah, let's wait and see. Also, that Mohan Bagan Super Giants looking into some Scottish Premier League players as possible Greg Stewart replacement. Yeah, I mean, Greg is not getting younger. But Mohan Bagan think they need to do something. It's the time to do who they can then potentially bring in next summer as a replacement for Greg Stewart. Because I also at the moment doubt, but again, I don't know for more than the 12 months or 10 months contract that he signed with Mohan Bagan Super Giants. I don't see him staying on for the new season. I have not heard any names. Again, most probably they're just going through names through databases and agencies of Scottish or even English players who play in Scotland who might be a target for Mohan Bagan Super Giant for the new season. Right, let me get them quickly. Of water from my side. Pala Shats can't throw any names. Yeah, I guess that's speculation. Puts it out. If there have been conversations or not, we don't know, but potentially sides of frequently in ISL. Playing time, money, opportunities. If you ask me, those would be the key reasons why players. But it's a general problem in today's world. Let's say like a Thomas Müller who's played his whole life for Bayern, right? You rarely have that today. I think, be it in Indian context or be it in a global context, a lot of players move clubs, right? And and I think the turnover of he spent 2, 3, 4 years at a club. Even that, I think, most probably is in the region of 18 to 24 months. So that's also what has changed quite a bit, quite substantially over the last decade. Thoughts on Sadiq's comment on the lack of intent from? I would think Simon, he's spot on. Um, uh, I think that he raises a point which nobody. because Amanda Sadiq was Albanian. He said it. If Albania would call him, he would be anywhere in the world. He would literally run back to play for the Albanian national team. That commitment is not there from the Indian footballers. We've seen their performances in the last year, which sometimes felt like some of them a huge problem at the moment for Indian football, and therefore we are where we are. And unlike other nations where players are, for example, look at Indonesia at the moment. Uh, you know, um, so yeah, that's Indian footballers aren't loyal. The older generation were. Subrata Bhattacharya is a perfect example of loyalty. So, however, that is one way to view it. But at that time when Subrata Bhattacharya used to play, um, we had the three Kolkata clubs as the big one, and the others didn't come. So Indian football, some will say, was that small because nobody cared about Goan football or the Kerala football or whatever, Northeast, other parts of India. And in today's world, you look at, the loyalties, uh, the loyalties are different. So that's something which is there. Established their cricket academy. As I joined with them, which another sports group from the city, Saad Kirmani came to the event. Nice for them, but yeah, um, you know, um, as Akash says, Mohan Bagan will do. That's something which I think I can second. You know, that is something that Bagan has not done, or with all the money that Mr. Goenka is spending, put 4 or 5 crores a year into your youth development, it would thank you in the long run, and that's not happening. So therefore, yeah, it's a crazy one per se, and um, but what more to add, right? These are the realities of Indian football these days, right? So therefore, not an to answer because a club like Mohan Bagan, with all the money that they're spending, they have enough money to to still play their players, be top of the league, and build something for the long run. That is what I would like to see. The same can be said about East Bengal as well. With that, now they don't even seem to have enough money to be able to buy replacements. And on the other side, and yeah, could have the 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 reserve side and whatever else is there, all of that of both the teams. Someone should me send me some footage, of the game under 17 East Bengal Mohan Bagan. Boy, that is very very poor. I still don't understand what's Goenka's vision. Is there any vision behind it? It's just trying to win ISL, League Shield, or ISL Cup. Nothing more. Talk about if you wanted to build a team for Asia, yeah, uh, um, yeah, all that Asia talk is nice, but it's totally unrealistic, bonkers. Recently, Mohan base camp were talking about youth development. They are a big fan club of Mohan Bagan. Hope they become more vocal regarding it. I hope so, Zurav. I think Mohan Bagan Superjet is trying this year. They have run an extensive scouting program through trials since last April. They have acquired 2 football grounds in Managerial and working on residential. Polish, these trials have been happening on and off, I think, for the last 5, 6 years. Is that what I count about? If there is something. During the initial ISL days, I heard the Westman gave some land somewhere in Newtown. What happened to that? I think it is not ISL days. Are you talking for the clubs or are you talking about the AIFF Central? But I know that before, I think even the communist government offered land to all the 3 clubs. I think Mohun Bagan was offered, I think Newtown, East Bengal, somewhere on the bypass close to Santoshpur. Yeah. Um, in the Maidan. That's part of the problem. If Gorka wants to have Mohammedan as great Asian club, he must get rid of old Pangan officials. Yeah, that's one of the many things he would have to do. But again, that is also a pura khichdi ka dukan. So therefore, I think that's very, very difficult for Mr. Somewhat necessary changes to the system, right? That's the challenge. And again, most probably would have to change. They're trialing players from the small football academies in Bengal that my friend is in youth development. Yeah, Zanawar, that's part of the problem, right? Say youth development as something which actually someone else is doing, and then when the players get to a certain level, they pick these players up. And if I see these players play, if I see them also do interviews, then I say, if this is what you're trying to sell me to try and be the future of Indian football, then shut it down because it's not going to get. Um, um, so let's see. West Bengal gave land to SC East Bengal for ₹1. I think Sri Cement still has that land. That land. Whether Kolkata Cups ever dominated the AFC Cup? No, never. And again, East Bengal's track record in AFC competitions is much, much better than Mohun Bagan's record is, very, very honestly, very, very poor in continental competition. Mohun Bagan got a player named Abhishek Mondo, who was 6'2", is 14 years, 7 months old, but too good for U15 as promoted to the U70 system and defender, by the way. Okay. Acha, through scouting. Okay, sure. Now I understand your point. Okay. If Mohun Bagan managed to win Shield this year, Mosul and failed miserably in AFC2. Akash, they're going to fail in misery in AFC2. What are you expecting? Have you seen who's playing in those competitions? Did the AFC Cup exist in 60s? They had AFC champions. In India, we didn't have a proper league, so most of the time we didn't take part. Oops. Is that me? Is that me? Is that me? Yes, sorry. What's the status of the National Center of Excellence in Kolkata? Zorawar, it exists. Some of the Indian youth teams use it once in a while. And some of the clubs also do that. So that's the status of the National Center of Excellence. And that boy was not part of any academy previously. Parash doesn't need to be part of an academy. If he's got talent, great. But again, let's wait and see if those kind of boys really make it, because I'm seeing players who are playing at the under 17 level across India where I don't have and I've been seeing I don't have the confidence that these boys are actually going to take Indian football anywhere in the future. That's my only thing. I only care about that. I don't care from which club they're coming from, but I don't see talent coming through the system where I'd say, this player or that player. We don't have a Musiala or something, Kusuna, whatever. We don't have anything of that, right? The last bright talent, even the under 17 World Cup squad, right? I didn't see any standout player. The best player from that, if you look at it now, is Apuya. There in that squad. So therefore, these are all realities which, if I like it or not, these are the realities of where we stand. Yeah, we need to produce better young talent, and that is not an East Bengal Mohun Bagan topic. It's 100% from clubs, all the academies. Everyone is involved in this. Scouted at 14 is already lost at least 5-6 years worth of development. Don't think you will make it. Only way to go is to scout 6-7-year-olds and train them. Yeah, but for that the club needs commitment. How do you rate Degi Cardoso? He's currently at the helm of Mohammedan's youth teams. Parash, he's done very good work in Goa, but the question is, does he get the support at Mohammedan that he got in Goa, right? And FC Goa is more serious than it is Mohammedan. Period. Mohammedan East Bengal are trying to fool us with their reserve team business, where they're actually, you know, two kids come through from their own system, and the rest is coming all from all over the place. Like Rajasthan United, just two engineering students built that club. Akash, it's on one side a great story, but they got to a level without money, and that is non-paid salaries, this, that, everything. It has its positives, but it has a lot of negatives as well. So that's my concern. Liberal on management if Mohammedan fails again and AFC next year is definitely going to create pressure on the manager as well as the players. They need to play first next season, right? Paras says, yeah, that's my fear too, but let's hope for the best if he's good. Yeah, that's the problem. Shivaji's during his tenure, Changte came through. Yeah, that's also a fact. Degi was there as well, has worked at certain academies, and yeah, again, at FC Goa, they rate him very, very highly, and we're very unhappy, and and Jerry are the two players to mention at the time. Old cards of East Bengal and Mohammedan, sorry, old cards of East Bengal and Mohammedan. Yeah, Akash, a very, very, very disturbing point, a very, very valid point that the old guard is, talking about how successful and how great they were, and what they've done for themselves. It's a problem, right? It's a problem, and it's not helping us to move forward. I think we need to move forward. I think we need to understand of where we want to go with Indian football, and we're not getting there, right? So that's my big concern when I look at Indian football. Where are we? How can we next level? And especially, for example, Chernishev said something I felt very, very right. He said, you know what, we need to be honest about the standards in Indian football. He was talking like that ISL is here, I League is here, and Santosh Trophy is here, and he doesn't expect difference. And he's been criticized left, right, and center for that statement. And therefore, for me, the reality is not there to understand of where we stand, where we are, and what we need to do. And so therefore, I don't know. I honestly don't know what's the situation, and if Bengal will ever change. Because for me, yeah, that's something which is there. To be honest, they're wasting him by giving him managerial of one and youth teams. Yeah, but if there is nothing to do as head of youth development, then most probably it's better for him to be active as a coach, and most probably that's the thing. There are other problems too inside the management, and right now Mohammedan East Bengal has different types of problems. I agree. Anyone likes it or not. Yeah. So therefore, for me, yeah, it's not only East Bengal, Mohammedan, East Bengal, and Mohammedan. All three of them are having that structure of Mr. Goenka is in a stronger position. So let's see. Mohammedan should have been to Iran last year. We could have at least watched the games. Also, could be reality check. Missed opportunity. 100%, Akash. 100%. When will OSA we can expect? Uday, which talks have been held over the years, but nothing. I don't I don't know where we stand at the moment with no talk. Mohun is actually in a better condition than East Bengal Mohammedan Sporting. Yeah, Zorawar they are, but again, they have their own sets of problems, right? I don't understand when more members vote the same old people during election, bring fresh leaders. Very difficult, no, Akash, to bring fresh leaders with the way that voting patterns work, even in these. Sir, is TFA still a top academy or have they fallen behind? Tobo, I think that the Tata Football Academy is no longer as good as they were 15, 20 years ago or 20, 25 years ago. Because our youth football has sort of spread out and but is the quality really better? That's my concern, right? To me, that is the biggest problem at the moment is that um, that the Tata Football Academy is part of now of Jamshedpur FC. That is good should needs to be, and that is that's a reality. That is a reality of Indian football. How many of them are actual voters, Panash? I wouldn't know, and that's another thing, right? How are the voters, the voting patterns? Yeah. I mean, there are people in clubs who are not even voted in, but this is something which is a reality of Kolkata football. And as long as that doesn't change, again, Mohun Bagan should be very, very happy. Yeah. Do you think quality of coach in past better compared to? I don't think the quality is better. It's just that football has moved on, and the coaches have not improved. Others have improved. We've not. Number of sensible voters are limited and they are cornered too, thanks to the legacy of families. Very well said, Palash. According to AIFF, Reliance Foundation Young Champ, the first point is the infrastructure that they've built, in Geo World, is just world class. That's the one. Brought in very, very good coaches over the years. Devin Daniel was with me with at Round Glass, who was there for quite a bit of time. Izumi Arata was there. Both. So they've got good player, good coaches. Exposure has been good as well. So they've done a lot of things, but they've not really, taken it to that next level. So therefore, it's not that that we are struggling with at this moment is that where is really Indian football? Can we get there where we want to? And Dance Foundation, is doing a good job, but again, they don't have the competition that they need. Sir, can you believe in other South Asian peers? As Das, it's a good question. Uh, um, um, I hope so, but I'm not sure. Um, to me, I hope at least in the short term that they will need time to settle down the players of origin. Be it for Bangladesh, be it for Pakistan, or be it for Sri Lanka. I think it's interesting in the South. Our players need to step up. What was JRB's role in the Reliance Foundation Young Champs? Who is JRB now? Now enlighten me on that short form. They've produced some talents already like Sanan Thoy. Yeah, Sanan Thoy, Nathan at Bombay City. Those two are also from there. There are 3 or 4 other players who are with ISL clubs but have not broken through. So yeah, they've produced, but again, they've produced Indian level talent. They've not produced better level talents. If we let OCI players come as FIFA action can blackmail that it will be third party actions, they will have to support it, as if not we can get banned. Interesting thought process. Steve Harbour is the only hope for Bengal youth football at the moment. The work he's doing at United Sports is commendable. Yeah, but United Sports also, what have they produced over the last 20 plus years? Right? They were also big spenders at one time in the league. That's the question that someone should ask. paying players X crores, uh, what was happening then? So therefore, these questions are not asked, right? That's the problem. Jose Ramirez Barreto has been a very, very good impact because one of the classiest players I used to see in the NFL for days. Lovely player, great human being, and so he will have had his impact on the boys as well. So how old is Reliance Foundation Young Champs project? 6, 7. Chennaiyin FC poor form continue or player not clicked? Morally, it's something of both, and also the coach. I think it's a combination of these factors of why Chennaiyin are not as good as they have been in the past, and they've got a good set of foreigners, talented young Indians, but they're not performing, and performance at the end of the day counts, right? So therefore, that's something which Chennai needs to find solutions to, and they've been unable to find solutions to those issues, to those problems, and therefore they are where they are. And how do you see court intervention in football issue? Because experts say these issues need to take to FIFA rather than court. Yeah, court should not be the solution. Only if we had a sports court in India, some sort of sports court or sports arbitration court, that would work. But we don't have that, so therefore, let's wait and see. Is Churchill Brothers folding or looking forward to ISL next season? Thoughts they were folding. There were rumors in the summer that Churchill Brothers could be going out, right? But as far as I know, they're still there. I'm not sure if they could. Levels of criteria. I don't know if they're in the position to do that. And they're still alive. But this Churchill Brothers folding thing has been a story. We used to hear it in the NFL. We used to hear it in the I League. Now we're hearing it still in the I League and things. Let's wait and see. Has AIFF announced you 15 and nothing that I've heard of? I think they're going to start in sometime in Feb. Are Indian homegrown players serious to go to Europe? As we know, players have to go to Europe to improve, as you know them personally, or are they comfortable here only? Well, they're comfortable here. So they're comfortable with. Why would you work hard to try and go abroad, right? That is sadly one of the realities of the players at the moment. Churchill is a family company club. They might have the money to play in ISL, but not enough supporters. ISL should force them to play for Kolhapur or other cities. Why would they go to Kolhapur? Why would you force? Why would I force someone to go to Kolhapur? Kolhapur doesn't have the infrastructure to host ISL matches, right? They don't have the money to play ISL. That's the first thing. So, results very crucial for coach. What a team. Murali, you are as good as your current club. Your CV doesn't count. Your CV, you might be, I don't know, you might be Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, or Mourinho, Alex Ferguson, whatever. Just he was nothing, you know. So that's something which is there. First, Uzbek player in EPL. What are Uzbekistan doing that we can't? PC Game Attack, very simply, they are focusing on dance. They're developing their system and just continue talking. We've done a lot of things not right in Indian football, right? We talk about grassroots, youth football. We talk about doing. We need to do things. We're not doing it. We want to do jugaad. We want to do shortcuts to success. All the others who've been successful in the last few years or are successful, they're putting in the effort. And we are, we're trying to, one of the realities of Indian football is that we are trying that we're doing this, we're doing that. We're not. I mean, our youth football, if I look even just excerpts at under 17 East Bengal against Mohammedan, that is poor football overall. If that is supposedly the best that Bengal has to offer, then we have a problem. Last, don't let me lie, last 20 plus years, yeah, 2002 was the first time, sorry, 2001 is the first time I saw the under 16s playing in the AIFF Shield in Kolkata at the time under Islam Akhmedov. It cannot be that our talent is worse than it was in. So we are doing something wrong, but we're not addressing what we're doing wrong. We're just saying, the AIFF is not addressing the stakeholders themselves. It's very, very easy to point always at the AIFF and say the AIFF is doing this wrong, the AIFF is doing that wrong, the AIFF is this, the AIFF, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to be a problem that you face, in these things. And it's a huge problem that there is, and I don't have an answer to that, right? So therefore, it's a big issue, and we're not finding the solutions to that. We are every more on grassroots and on youth football, we are losing out to other people, other nations who are developing their talent, who are working on their things, and they're using. The other point is using players of Indian origin to fast track our development. It's a need of the hour. We need to find solutions at the moment to get players of Indian origin involved so that these players can represent us and we have better quality players to try and push forward. Otherwise, we are going nowhere because the quality, those of you who watch ISL, those of you who watch I-League, those of you who watch other leagues, do you think adversity are also the main reason for Africa to produce quality player despite system? It is, yeah. It's one of the many reasons. Indian clubs don't dominate 6-9 as an Asian Challenge tournament. Money to travel. Yeah, that's on them, right? Rajasthan United के top 3 में रहने के chance है क्या? Don't think so. Gyan Sham, but I might be wrong. This league is so crazy. It's very, very difficult. Suggestions on who will be, as I said, to me, Inter Kashi are the top favorites, and normally I would have said Srinidhi and Gokulam Kerala are their biggest opponents, but looks like Churchill brothers are at the top. Namdhari are above them, so let's wait and see. 90 lost one, drew one in group stage, and got knocked out in the knockout stage. Okay. Looking for jugaad instead of working hard to achieve is the Indian mentality. Zorawar, sadly, that is our biggest problem at the moment, if you ask me. That we're unable to, that is needed. If we don't do the right things, we are not going to move in the right direction, it needs, the work needs to be done. And as said, there's no shortcut. Uzbekistan player playing in will sign. He hasn't signed. Kusanov has not signed so far for Manchester City. He's going to sign, but he's quality. Manchester City wouldn't sign a player if he was not good enough. That's why I personally want OCI players to be included so that when Live said that it might happen due to Olympics in a stream with Harry, please tell. Yes, Uday, I said that with Harry, that I think if India's Olympic bid is taken forward, India still has not formally bid for the Olympics, so that's an important thing. India has just sent in a letter is that if we are going to play in Olympics, then India needs to go by the Olympic Charter. And one of the charters is that players of origin can represent you. We've seen that in Japan. We've seen that, Japan in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. We saw it in 2022 in the Beijing Winter Olympics. So that could happen. But for that, if the Indian government will really make those changes, or if they might pull out of the Olympic bid, that will be very interesting to see. Premier League versus Bundesliga, which league is better? Zorawar, I am the wrong person to ask that question. I'm born and brought up in Germany. So therefore, I will always say that the Bundesliga is better. that's my league that I've grown with, and and therefore, what am I supposed to say? This is something, which is something which I always say is a fact, but extent. What's wrong with Srinidhi? They're our second last position. Srinidhi are second last. Srinidhi are in the middle of the table, right? Yeah. Srinidhi are eighth, right? But looking at the table, let me quickly go through the I League after 8 matches. Churchill Brothers have 16 points. Interkashi, Namdari have 14. Gokulam Kerala now fourth on 13. Shriram Lajong has 12. Rajasthan United 11. Real Kashmir and Srinidhi and Dempo Sports Club have 10. So Dempo were 3 rounds ago were 9. Delhi FC have 9. Aizawl FC is 6. And Sporting Club Bengaluru have 5, the bottom of the table. So that's where and how things stand at the moment. How good are 2002 technical? Well, they were not bad. Got limited in the group stage through 80s and early 90s. Whole we used to be good story seems false to me. Rohit, that's what I've been saying. Shubhata Powers can't keep any difference. Yeah, football has moved on. Shubhata was a very, very good shot stopper. Therefore, yeah. Namdar is really surprising. Yeah, they have certain level of potential at home. Let's see. Do you think certain player technical, not gifted, but mentality made them monster? Yeah. It's a global thing, of course. India is not considering Kolkata coach or Delhi for the Olympic football matches. Is football even a priority in that, in that Olympics list, the original one which I saw, football wasn't even mentioned. So, big fan. Apparently, there's been no social media post on Mohammedan Sporting Club. What's the way forward to come out of this financial mess? Thanks, Mr. Fafo. To Mohammedan Sporting, again, what are they really talking the truth? Are they trying to cover up? I'm not sure. So they need to sort out their contracts. So you personally contact people of Sports Board of India and most importantly, are they aware of the issue? Uday, I've been in touch on and off with the sports ministry, so they know, but they haven't, haven't done anything on it, and they also hasn't done anything about it. Adam Traore looks like a rugby player. Yeah, he's physical. Huh? He's strong. He's physical. Therefore, he looks like a rugby player. Do you think Gurpreet deserves to be in national team? Zama, yes. If you ask me personally, yes, because I don't see any other keeper who's better than him in the ISL. In regard, it's not the standard. International level is higher, and there's no one that I've seen or I've been tested who I think who should be the number one. Sadly to say that. Modi will do anything to do all the matches in Gujarat. Akash, they're talking about spreading out the Olympics on certain sports. I don't know. Football hasn't been a problem. It doesn't even deserve to be in BFC main team. Yeah, Akash, that's your opinion. I have a different thought process, and I stick to that. One thing I understand about government and any main event occur like FIFA and AFC, they will take care during that period. Rest of the time, we don't care. Yeah. May I ask, what's your parents did? Sounds like an amazing story. My father went to study in the 60s, and my mother came in the 70s. So the local media in Bengal speaking highly about Santosh Trophy players. They're contradicting Coach Yanishev's views regarding his score difference ISL and Santosh Trophy. Yeah, Mr. Fafo, it's an interesting one because I feel it's a joke. I feel the lack of understanding of football of these people. The ISL, I think Yanishev perfectly depicted the ISL, I League. I mean, again, out of my picture is the standard of the Santosh Trophy. Santosh compare the fourth tier of Indian football with the top of Indian football is, to me, is a big ask. And therefore, these jokers of people who think they understand football just prove with that what they say, that they don't understand football. That is the scary part of Indian football these days, that where we stand is mm, and let's wait and see, what happens in the near future. But I don't see any of these Santosh Trophy boys really breaking through, because the standard is much higher than those Santosh Trophy competitions or in those local leagues. So do you think such pressure tactics, press conference, being referee, does more harm than good? Yeah, first of all, it makes a fool of yourself. It's embarrassing. East Bengal club is better and bigger than what has been depicted by these people. But yeah, this government will never allow OCI PIOs. Akash, even the old government didn't allow. Huh? So we're talking about this topic since 2001. Another problem with state FA is they play 7-a-side or play other state. What? Seven-a-side has nothing to do with proper or not. There are states who are holding their local leagues properly, and for example, Kerala, you're holding in Bengal, you're having proper CFL, but you have in parallel the Cape football. So this is not interlinked. I don't know where you're creating that interlink, Murali. Today, India women futsal team lost 5-0. Yeah, in their first ever game, the India women's futsal team lost 5-0 to Hong Kong. World. When you say football has evolved, means what can you say about it? Football is technically better. Football is technically better. Football is physically stronger. If you ask me, that's been the revolution that football has gone through in the last few years. So therefore, these things are very, very vital, in my opinion, of where football stands at this stage. Already 1 hour and 48 minutes on. Already announced tomorrow. I've got an evening appointment, so I'll have to do something early. And tomorrow, of course, is Thursday, January 16th. And it's the Arunfoot Chaudhary Derby, because once more, Punjab FC host Mumbai City FC. So therefore, I'll be doing a live one. I'll go online most probably 10-15 minutes before the game, so 7:20 latest. Yeah, earliest 7:15 or 7:20. And if anything blocks me 7:25, I should be online. So therefore, do come and join that watch along tomorrow. Share and subscribe. Arunfoot here on YouTube. Today is so far 20. What is it? 20 updated. Yeah, 20 likes so far. Do keep sharing, and we are at 2,106. So thank you very, very much for that. We are growing slowly and nicely. So thanks for the support, and also do watch the short videos. I can see in the back end, the East Bengal video today has already gotten over 300 views. AIFF referees has got his views as well, close to 500. Other videos as well. Support the channel, and thanks as always. And and let's keep on growing, and so therefore that is something to look at, right? Well, this is Akash will leave OCI in last 70 years. That's why we're in this condition. I don't think that spreading it to all parts would have made a difference. I think if you ask me, Uday, if it was even strengthened in the core areas, I think football could have gone to another level. Football has lied to itself by being, would be the best That's the problem. Sorry, I wrote the question wrong. I'm talking about they don't conduct league proper because of that. They play seven aside. Yeah, but that I don't know which state you're talking about because in Kerala, seven aside is very popular, and there the league is running. They've got this Kerala Super League Kerala. Do you remember I gave an AC Cup? I couldn't understand the strategy. Oh, yeah, that's the reality. That's very, very right, Akash. Do you think AI will play a big role in football in future regarding training? I've heard this now. Some people have been asking me about it. I am honestly not sure. AI could play a role, but from a real person. So to me, someone was talking to me about spelling out coaching education and doing it. I think seeing it physically on the field is, I think, very important. As long as we don't have sort of human robots who can showcase you the things, I think it's difficult. Do you get to use supporting in football? No. I mean, they know I'm of Indian origin. They know those who know me, I've been doing Indian football now for 27 years, right? I've been not doing it since yesterday. So therefore, friends of mine know that. It's more often when I meet people in the Indian community that they're surprised. And I often get the question, why do you Indian football? Why? I feel a little bit more hurtful when people who are either of Indian origin or of Indians are actually questioning why one would support Indian football. So therefore, these are things, it's part of it. I like it, you like it, you don't like it, but that's the reality of things, and therefore that's what it is. Right, 52 minutes. As I said, watch the other videos, the short videos, spread it out, support Arunfoot here on YouTube, view it as well, um, and I take Murali's question as last. Curious question, what difference do you see first world country and third world country? Personally lived in first world country. It is infrastructure, it is how you get things done and how society takes care of its people. Those are the biggest things, right? In a lot of things, technically India is better than certain parts of Europe. But we've got India, like a country like India, so many people that they don't take care of their own people. And I think that's a problem, in my opinion, right? We need to do more. We aren't doing the right things, and therefore we're stuck where we're stuck. So therefore, that is that. So I'll come to the end today. As I said, like, share, subscribe. And yeah, do watch the other videos on fighting for new football. And as Zurawa said, please keep supporting Indian football. Not only myself, but all of us should be keeping on supporting football. We need to get more people into our conversations. We need to grow and need to inform people. And therefore, good night, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow. I said with a live good night, a live watch along of Punjab FC versus Mumbai City Football Club. Yes, it's the Oranawa Chaudhary derby tomorrow. See you all.